Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with the evening news. The headlines. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says around 140 million middle-income households to be added to the economy by 2030. Centre says indicators of global hunger index are flawed and do not reflect the country's true picture. Rural Development Minister Metsubu Jamir says separate Eastern Nagaland State will create more avenues for development. A nation celebrates Vijay Diwas today. Now to news in detail. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today said that around 140 million middle-income households will be added to the Indian economy by 2030. Quoting data from the World Economic Forum, she said that around 40 million high net worth individual households will also be added to the economy by 2030, which shows how exponentially India's demand generation will create in the coming years. The minister said that the central government is providing a robust framework for use of technology so that the trading and manufacturing communities can reach out to end customers at no additional cost. Sitharaman called on the industry bodies to showcase India's achievements in the field of banking, health, education and other sectors. The central government today said that indicators of the Global Hunger Index, GHI, are flawed and do not reflect the country's true picture. In reply to a question in the Lok Sabha, Women and Child Development Minister Smriti Irani said nutrition indicators for children under 5 years have improved in the country and the GHI should not be taken at face value as it is neither appropriate nor representative of hunger prevalent in the country. She said out of its 4 indicators, only one indicator, that is undernourishment, is directly related to hunger. 2 other indicators of stunting and wasting are outcome of complex contractions of various other factors like sanitation, genetics, environment and utilization of food intake apart from hunger. Irani added that there is hardly any evidence that the 4th indicator, namely child mortality, is an outcome of hunger. According to the Global Hunger Index 2022, India ranks 107 out of the 121 countries. The index assigned India a score of 29.1 and considered the level of hunger in India serious. Minister for Rural Development Metsubu Jamir said a separate Eastern Nagaland State will create more avenues and opportunities for development. Jamir said he personally and morally supports the demand of the Eastern Nagas for a separate state. He was speaking at the Golden Jubilee celebrations of the Eastern Nagaland People's Union, Mugukchung, held yesterday. Asserting that the people from Eastern Nagaland are socially and culturally second to none, Jamir said the term backward can be associated with the infrastructural development of the area but not the people, because there are many intellectuals who have immensely contributed to the state. The minister also noted that the contributions of the Eastern Nagas towards the development of Mugukchung Town. The nation is celebrating Vijay Diwas today to commemorate India's victory over Pakistan in 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War. President Draupadi Murmu expressed gratitude to the Indian Armed Forces on the Vijay Diwas. Remembering the exceptional valor displayed by the country's armed forces during the war, the President said stories of armed personnel's unparalleled courage and sacrifice for the nation continue to inspire every Indian. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said India will always be indebted to the armed forces for their role in keeping the country safe and secure. On the occasion, Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh laid a wreath at the National War Memorial in New Delhi. Singh said the 1971 war was the triumph of humanity over inhumanity, virtue over misconduct, and justice over injustice. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Centre today clarified that the name of persons whose voter IDs are not linked with Aadhaar will not be struck off from the voters list. It stressed that linking voter ID with Aadhaar is voluntary. This was stated by Union Law Minister Kiren Rijiju in a written reply in the Lok Sabha. The Election Commission has launched a program to collect Aadhaar numbers of existing and prospective electorates on a voluntary basis from August this year. On protection of database from being misused, the minister said the Commission is strictly following the guidelines prescribed by UIDAI in this regard, and it does not store Aadhaar numbers in its database. He added that Aadhaar number is used only for authentication purposes, and the poll body does not retrieve any personal information from the UIDAI database. Chief Minister Nipuryo today launched the Nagaland State Disaster Management Information System (NST-MIS) and Decentralized Relief Payout System (DRPS). In a tweet, Rio said NST-MIS is a unique software which will simplify the core operations of Nagaland State Disaster Management Authority on a digital platform, while DRPS will enable timely relief payment to the affected. The application process for the Common University Entrance Test for Graduation (CUET-UG) will start in the first week of February next year. The CUET-UG is set to be conducted between the 21st and 31st of May 2023. Chairman of University Grants Commission, Mami Dalla Jagadesh Kumar, in a series of tweets today informed that the number of subjects and pattern of question papers will remain the same. He said a candidate can take as many as 6 domain subjects in addition to 1 or 2 languages and a general test. He said the test will be conducted in Assamese, Bengali, English, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Malayalam, Marathi, Odia, Punjabi, Tamil, Telugu, and Urdu languages. Kumar said National Testing Agency is working on preparing 1,000 test centers across the country, out of which 450 to 500 centers will be used per day. Nagaland Board of School Education (NBSC) has informed that the Election Commission of India (ECI) has issued instructions to maximize the enrollment of young and prospective electors from the campuses through active participation of educational institutions. The board said ECI noted that registration of such electors was a challenging task, and there has always been a shortfall in the registration number, despite consistent efforts to encourage enrollment in the 18 to 19 age group. Therefore, to maximize the number, ECI has instructed educational institutions to provide a dedicated space on their websites where a link for registration of new voters along with awareness slogans may be given. Institutions have also been asked to include a field embedded towards the end of the registration or examination form hyperlinking the dark line application form to be a new voter. The links would direct the applicant to Form 6, Registration of New Voter, on the National Voters Service Portal. NPSC has therefore requested all heads of institutions to take note and facilitate prospective students to register in the electoral roll. Deputy Commissioner Zunuputo has informed all arms license holders to deposit their firearms at the nearest police station on or before 20th of January 2023 in view of the forthcoming general election to Nagaland Legislative Assembly next year. The DC cautioned that anyone found carrying weapons after the said date will be seized and necessary action initiated as per the provision of law. And now to end the news, here are main points again. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says around 140 million middle-income households to be added to the economy by 2030. Centre says indicators of global hunger index are flawed and do not reflect country's true picture. Rural Development Minister Metsubu Jamir says separate Eastern Nagaland State will create more avenues for development. And nation celebrates Vijay Diwas today. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.